Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. Today is a special day, and that is because it is National First Responders Day. And our guest is Maggie Hallbach. She is the president of Verizon Frontline. Maggie, thanks for joining us today. Tell us, what is Verizon Frontline all about?
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm honored to be speaking with you on National First Responders Day. You know, Verizon Frontline has a actually 3 decades long partnership with public safety, and we built Verizon Frontline with and for our first responders. And we are proud of the work that we do to support those that are willing to sacrifice so much to serve our communities and keep us all safe.
In terms of technology, 5G is on everybody's lips, but your 5G for first responders is a little bit different, faster, and has more bells and whistles.
Thank you for that question. I would say that our 5G is built on the nation's most reliable network. Verizon Frontline recently conducted a survey among first responders across the country. Nearly 2,000 firefighters, law enforcement officers, EMS, 911 responded to this survey. And the main takeaway that we got from that from a key priority perspective for these first responders is that reliability and resiliency is the most important thing for our first responders. We are proud to say that we support more than 30,000 public safety agencies across the country. They trust Verizon Frontline for reliable communications more than any other provider, hands down. And so we know that Verizon's 5G network is one of the most important things for our first responders to use in order to have a strong, reliable connection that can hit the speeds and the response times that our first responders need in order to do their jobs and ultimately save lives.
And by the way, talk show hosts also like Verizon 5G because we're on that right now. Let's talk about what first responders see as their biggest challenge out in the field. And I've got to assume that this is communication with other first responders and in general, everybody. Communication is key.
Yeah, so the survey did ask this question about the biggest challenge, and the first responders surveyed said connection strength, communication strength is their biggest challenge in the field. And so when during emergencies, there is a real need for a strong, reliable connection to ensure that they can speed up their response times. And so Verizon Frontline understands the importance of having that reliable and resilient communications. But we also recognize that oftentimes the infrastructure has been knocked out in a lot of these responses. And so what we have done is also, in support of our most reliable 5G network, have over 500 mobile, satellite, and temporary communication assets with a dedicated Verizon Frontline crisis response team that can deploy within hours to ensure that our public safety community has the communications they need when they need it most.
And those can go anywhere in the country?
Those can be deployed anywhere in the country.
That is needed. Listen, I know we're out of time here. Our guest has been Maggie Hallbach. Maggie, where can people go for more information about what we've talked about?
Thank you for that question. They can, your listeners can log on to verizon.com/frontline. They can see the full survey, which has got some really, really important information in there, as well as they can learn about Verizon's 5G and how it is supporting public safety, as well as our Verizon Frontline crisis response team and how to get them engaged.
Terrific. Maggie, thank you very much. This is Late Night Health.